So here's a very common site right here. This is actually where I live. Someone dumped these. And it's kind of convenient because now I get to make a video about scrapping them at my leisure as opposed to just out on the fly. But that's a very common site, and I've been doing this for 10 years and I haven't seen a slowdown in the number of these being thrown out whatsoever. No change. It's just a constant sight all over the place. I'm gonna bust open this little one first. I'll do both of them. I'm just gonna do one on camera. And there'll be these little screws on the corners. About 4 of them on this one, it looks like. 6 of them. See, the problem with these things is they're illegal, you know, to dump. I don't even know where you can get rid of these things at. Scrap yards around here will not take them. And you're not supposed to put them in the dumpsters. And believe it or not, these are hazardous waste. And I know there's probably people out there that will disagree, but that's just flat out wrong. There's no way around that fact. And so, like, even if you saw these, you know, laying on the street or something, and you threw them in the back of your truck and took them somewhere to scrap them, you know, if you do that kind of stuff, you're gonna have to find a spot to dump them. And it costs money to get rid of these things. Like scrap yards might take them, but make you pay money to get rid of them. So, and it's gonna be probably more money than you get out of the scrap metal. So you're basically looking at illegal dumping if you take these into your possession. So if you were to scrap these, I would just recommend them doing them right on site. And don't take them anywhere. There's just a couple little clamps on here. Actually, turn it this way. See if you can see that. Zoom in a bit. Just a couple little clamps, and all you gotta do is just loosen them a couple turns, and that's it. That's all there is to it as far as releasing that dude off of there. And you're gonna have to take, well, that one might come off there as it is. Yeah, staying a little stubborn. I need my snips. I should be wearing my gloves too. You just don't want to crack this tube right here, because, you know, I didn't even understand it for a long time. You know, people will say, well, you know, it's a vacuum, so there's nothing in here, you know. I had to check my camera angle there. But, you know, there's nothing in here because it's a vacuum, so, you know, what could come out and blah, blah, blah. Well, the problem is this one's being stubborn. See how easy that is? I mean, I had to fiddle with it there, but that's just real easy to do. And a real quick way to do it is just to, you know, when that's on there, you just smash that glass and just kick this off of her. But look how clean that is, and you don't open it up. But see, this part of the glass tube right here has a real high levels of lead, and you smash that and that lead is going to come out. And I don't know how dangerous it is, but, you know, if you smash that, you could get away doing it here and there. But if you're doing a bunch of these things, you could give yourself brain damage. And, you know, you can make, there's people out there, trolls and stuff, that might make jokes and blah, 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 but, you know, brain damage, you know, and It's not curable. And it's real deal, and it's not really anything to question when someone tells you that can make you sick. That's one of the things that's wrong with YouTube videos, is you can give out real good information and anyone can just come along in the comments and say, you know, that the information is wrong and that it's, you know, you can break this glass all day and it's safe and you won't cause any trouble. But you know, the problem with that is other people come along and read that, and you know, you make them think that. See, that was wrapped around a tube. That's real nice copper content. Sometimes those will be aluminum. I found that the smaller they are, they're usually copper, and off the bigger TVs, like that one might be have an aluminum one, because they probably save money doing it that way. But a circuit bar is not really worth much at all. I'll cut these wires off here, and I just go like this with these. Just go like that. And that's done. I get a motor for that. And if you want to sell this yoke as is, you'll get electric motors for that too. And I'll just cut these wires off here. And another little motor that I gotta keep checking my camera angle so I can make sure I get this on TV. Make that little motor there come off, and those chunks of aluminum. And that's just how I clean boards like that. It's just done. I'm not gonna sit around and waste time. I mean, that's aluminum, that's a little motor. Another little piece of aluminum there. I should be wearing my gloves. But watch out, baby. Hi, creature. Hi, say hi to everybody. Hello. Okay, time to go. Here we go. So basically that's all there is to it. And that's just junk right there. And what you want to do is, when you finish that, I mean, you can see how quick you could do that if you wanted to. I'm just kind of putzing around here, messing with this camera and taking my time. But if you're out there doing this on the fly, you know, like on the side of the street or what have you, what you want to do is put that cover back on, because you can see how some little kids could be playing on the street and one could fall over, and anybody for that matter. That's very dangerous. That could gore someone extremely easily. So I would recommend that you just take some of the screws that you took out and just put them suckers back in there. You don't have to put them all back in there, you know. Just one or two. You know, if you do it like that, someone will probably come along and throw it in the dumpster, and that will stop it from breaking that tube in there. Main thing is just keep your face out of there. You just don't, I mean, just even the dust, you know, the household dust, it'll fall into these. You might not even want to breathe in it, because, you know, who knows what kind of environment it was in. I'm gonna do the second one too. I turned the camera on back on for this real quick. I was taking this tube off here. I just want to show you. It seems to me like when these TVs get bigger, these cords that are wrapped around the tubes are gonna start being aluminum. I don't know. Looks like you can get a pretty good look at it right there, which is a bummer, because sometimes they're just, on the big TVs, those cords are gigantic. And these deals here should be able just to pull right off like that. I used to, you know, before I had any idea of what I was doing, I used to just kick them off of there and it's just dangerous. So when I say stuff in my videos, you know, I talk from experience, and this glass can cut you and pop up in your face and cut your legs and hands, and it can give you brain damage, and I don't really think I have to say much more after that. So be extremely careful and do it the right way, and do it outdoors. I think is one of the most important things, because you start going indoors with no ventilation and it just makes it that much more worse. Sometimes you might have to like take these little things off here like this to get it started, but if you can just twist it real good, it just comes loose. Sometimes you'll find some TVs, and I don't know what the deal is with them. I don't know if they're older or just manufactured differently, but these will have some sort of glue, some real strong glue around here, and they'll just be glued right on there. And the only way you can get them off is to break that glass. And that's one of the reasons why I kind of stopped messing with these for the most part, because when you come across the ones that are glued on there, I mean, you're gonna have to break the glass. And I don't know, I'll get to the point here in a little bit of what kind of made me stop messing with these things. Let me get to that in just 1 second. Alright, these are the little dudes that made me sick a couple times, and I probably didn't explain it good enough in my past video, and I'm going to show you how I do these guys now. I just go like that and just give them a couple cracks with my foot and just keep my face totally out of there and do it outdoors. See how easy that is? And those will just come totally apart right now. And don't breathe none of that black dust that comes out of there, those dudes. That's not a normal steel tin. It's some sort of weird mixture of stuff, because I'll show you here in a second. I used to save these yolks up. I used to fill up big garbage cans down in my storage unit with these, and then I just do them in mass in my storage unit, and I just sit here in a chair with my face right down in it, and I would break them apart like this with a hammer, and all this black stuff in here would just start floating around in the air, and I'd breathe it. And see, I would get the copper off of there. I would get the copper off those with a hammer, and that's a really bad way to do it. You don't want to do it, and I don't even want to be doing it right now, but this will make you real sick. See this? I don't know if I get it on camera too well, but can you see how black my hands are getting? That black dust. See, it smashes into such a fine powder, I can barely even show it to you on camera. Let's see. And then it just turns into a real fine powder. And I don't know. That's such a fine powder. It floats up in the air, and I can't even get you a good shot of it. See that dude right there? You see that? Look at that. I can't even show it on camera, it's so fine. And I know there was one guy came on my channel telling me I didn't know what I was talking about, and that this can't make you sick, and that's not a normal piece of metal, because steel and iron and tin, it just simply doesn't break up like that. Here's the way you want to get the copper off of there. Just pull it off. Don't smash that black stuff whatsoever. Just pull that stuff off of there. And just don't breathe it. This is the main reason why I just stopped messing with these things. Because the first time it made me sick, I didn't understand what was going on. And the second time it made me sick, I knew what happened. So I talk from experience on this subject. And I don't watch a lot of scrapping videos or dumpster diving videos on YouTube. I do this for a living for over a decade. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you bad information. I mean, the dust is just so fine I can't even pick it up. And I've undoubtedly breathed some of it in making this video. I mean, look at that. That just turns into a powder. But anyways, enough about that. It's not hard to just pull that stuff off of there. See, I started smashing it with the hammer, so it's gonna make it harder to get off now. But that's basically what you're after when you clean them TVs, them dudes. And it's not bad. I'm gonna shut the camera off and clean it up and show it to you. Alright, let's see if I can get you a good shot of this. I had my camera on a tripod. Let's see if I can get a good close up of this. It's just such a fine dust that I can't even, it's so fine it goes down into the crevices of the concrete. I can't even get a, anyways, I think you get the idea. And if you're wondering how it makes you sick, like the symptoms or whatever, it's just like a really bad head and chest cold. You know, it kind of feels like it's a common cold, but it's kind of painful, and it's just bad news. And I mean, it's just the household dust alone that's in these things. You know, I mean, just don't breathe anything that has anything to do with this stuff. You know, put your shirt up over your mouth at the very least. You know, wear some kind of mask. Do it outdoors, and I would say don't even do it at all. But this right here is a fair amount of copper, and that's not too bad. And there'll be these wires in here too. That's copper. It's just got a coating on it. And let's see. This was the aluminum wire. It's all copper insulated. A little stack of aluminum. Nice little decent motors, and just a pile of e-waste. Some places might let you throw that in with your tin. If not, then go to e-waste. And you can throw these toxic little dudes, whatever they really are made out of. You could put them in with your tin too, because a magnet sticks to them. So they're worth keeping, but just try not to break them up. My nose, I don't know if it's just my imagination or not, but my nose is already kind of starting to burn a little bit around the edges. So I'm gonna get away from this stuff, and I'm just gonna go, I mean, look at it. I'm gonna go inside and wash it up and come back out and sweep that up with a broom. But you know, I can't imagine, you know, because I'm sure people probably take these things into their garages and workspaces and stuff, and that stuff's gonna be floating in the air, and it's just bad news, and I can't say that enough. But and you know, these things were dumped here by someone else, so they're not my responsibility as far as I'm concerned. I'll just leave them right here where they were dumped in a nice safe manner. But you know, if I took those to my workshop, and then they become your possession at that point, so you basically got to find a way to illegal dump them. And they're just bad news, and they're considered hazardous waste in the United States. So there's no way around that fact. So just be careful out there. That's pretty good stuff. That's not worth breathing, that stuff. And the cone funnels and those things have a lot of lead in them, and that will give you brain damage if you breathe it. That's a fact. And be careful, folks, and happy scrapping. Yeah, and that's just the symptoms I had. You know, who knows what the long-term effects of that stuff could be if you're doing it in mass and doing it frequently. You know, who knows? So just please don't breathe none of the stuff that's associated with any of this stuff. Even the household dust. You don't know. I mean, let's just put something over your face.